So hi, I'm Beth. I really enjoyed Never Stop Chasing, and I'm really excited to chat with both of you. Um, I really hope that you don't have to hop off the call, Reed, but if you do, by all means, go for it. Um,
Thank you.
I'm going to jump right in if that's cool with both of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is not the first time that you both have worked together. So how did you two meet and what led to this continued working relationship?
Ken and I actually met in college at the University of Oklahoma. He was also a meteorology student and a film student. So we did our first project together on storm chasing called Tornado Glory. And we've been working ever since. We did a series called Tornado Chasers. That was just after Storm Chasers on Discovery Channel. And now this is Ken's best work yet, the movie Never Stop Chasing, and definitely shows what it's like being in the Dominator 3 driving into a tornado.
Um, Ken, did you ever see yourself chasing tornadoes?
I since I was young, I was always fascinated with tornadoes, and it was a dream to be able to chase them. And I think, I would rent videos, like they had videos back in the 90s, like VHS tapes that you could rent and watch like tornado highlights, like tornado highlight videos. And I always just rented those multiple times. And I'm like, wow, you can actually do this. You can go tornado chasing. And then Twister came out, and I was like, whoa, that's great. That's me. And I had to go to eventually Oklahoma to study meteorology and eventually chase tornadoes. So it's the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I love that. I love that. Reed, on the other hand, the documentary t says that you were once afraid of extreme weather, but now here you are chasing it. So, did you expect to be chasing tornadoes when you started college?
Yes, I definitely did. I've known since I was about 6 years old that I wanted to be a storm chaser, and I was scared of thunder and lightning when I was really little, and that became an obsession from a pretty young age. And so once I got my driver's license, I realized I could drive after the storms and see a lot more, and not have to wait for the tornadoes to hit my location. But I'm actually storm chasing on foot right now here in Bloomington, Illinois. We've got a severe storm that's approaching with a tornado possible tag on it. But I always knew I wanted to be a storm chaser, and am grateful to be never stop chasing.
That's awesome. I still can't believe that you're just like on foot, like doing this interview, but also like watching the sky. That's crazy. Um, what is it about tornadoes that caught your interest specifically, but also just continues to gauge audiences' interest, especially when we had Twisters 2 come out recently?
Well, I think it's how organized the supercell storm is, and you can just take an environment with heat and instability and wind shear, and it just creates these organized supercell storms that look like a UFO mothership and are capable of dropping tornadoes as well. But their beauty as well. They're a beautiful form of extreme nature, but unfortunately, they leave behind a dark side that is the damage and loss of life and property, and that's what we're trying to also prevent and minimize as storm chasers, providing reports when we're out there storm chasing. But definitely the organized nature of the tornadoes. I'm obsessed with them scientifically as well. That's why we built the Dominator, our armored tornado interceptor, to launch sensors into the tornadoes and get a three-dimensional X-ray, just like the movie Twisters. Except we're shooting real sensors into the tornadoes, and maybe one day we can shut them down.
That would be interesting. That would. Um, so when you were making this documentary, did you both work together to create how, like the story that you were telling and how you were telling it, or Ken, was this kind of your project to bring us into the tornado and whatnot?
Never Stop Chasing is definitely the culmination of all these different documentary projects I've worked on with Reed. And I think my guiding principle is always to just observe. I don't want to, as a filmmaker, I don't want to interact. I want to interfere with what Reed and all these people are doing. We're just watching them. And so, by doing that, though, I think this time with Never Stop Chasing, we were able to finish the movie at Universal Studios for Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. We were able to translate the experience of being out in the really inside of tornadoes into a movie theater. And so that immersion is really what I've been working towards over the past 25 years. And I think we really pulled it off in Never Stop Chasing.
It was really cool. Uh,
Thank you.
how much preparation went into doing this? Was there trial and error periods? Like, how did you pull it off, I guess?
Gosh, that's a great question. I'm not sure how we did it because we actually got the green light. We knew we had to move very quickly right after getting the green light. And we got the green light to do this like the day before it was too late to do it. And so we went out to Oklahoma. We had about 5 days of pre-production and we just launched right into it. And we hired everyone. We got all the equipment. And luckily, since I've done these with Reed over the years, we knew exactly how to approach it and how to capture what we needed to capture. And we had an amazing crew out there. And of course, Reed and his team for allowing us to embed with them.
That's awesome. Yeah, Reed, what's it like having like additional people come along the ride with you? You in the documentary, you had a New York Times photographer. You have Ken coming with you. Do they ever get in your way, or are you kind of used to it by now?
I'm used to it by now, especially the camera operators that Ken hired for the movie. They were mostly from the Storm Chasers series on Discovery Channel that we did back in the day. And so they were used to being inside of tornadoes and used to the storm chasing process and the grind out on the road sometimes. We have to eat a lot of gas station burritos out there. And a lot of gas station food when we're out there storm chasing. But I do bring a lot of the different people sometimes, especially in the Dominator these days. And you never know how somebody's going to handle the tornado intercept process. But everybody in the movie was great to work with. And we're inside lots of tornadoes. And I think we ended up providing the real tornado intercept process, how it feels inside of a tornado with this movie. And I hope that everybody sees it in the theater because the Dolby sound systems are amazing. It sounds like you're inside of a tornado, the roar that they cause, and it really shows exactly what it's like being in the backseat of a Dominator driving into a violent tornado.
It was it was such a cool experience. Like I just can't like tell you that enough.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, kind of stepping back from all of the action and the immersion, there is this very heartbreaking story of losing your mentor and the emotional toll that this takes, but also like the risk behind it. So, knowing all of that, why are you both still at it?
Well, it definitely does have some loss shown in the movie, and that includes Tim Samaras with the Twist X team, Paul Samaras and Carl Young. They lost their lives to that widest tornado in history, the El Reno, Oklahoma tornado in 2013, and it was devastating to hear that the next day after our intercept of that tornado. But he inspired our science. He inspired much of the tornado field science that you see happening out there with his turtle probes that he measured the world record pressure fall with. He was out there doing his science mission on the El Reno tornado, and he inspired a whole generation of tornado field scientists and storm chasers. And the Dominator is shaped like one of his turtle probes, and we definitely want his legacy to live on and continue doing science that was inspired by TwistX.
Yeah, and I would say it's people think, all of us who love weather are crazy and everything, but really I think we're just in love. And I think that's part of it. It's just if you love something, you have to pursue it, you have to be with it. and sometimes love is hard, and there are costs to that, and there's heartbreak. But at the end of the day, you love it so much you have to keep chasing it. So I think that's Reed embodies that love for weather and tornadoes and the science of tornadoes, and I think that's what Never Stop Chasing captures.
Yeah, you definitely have to love it as a storm chaser. You cover a lot of miles out here, but I love being out here in the path of this severe storm here in Bloomington, Illinois. You can feel the energy in the air. You can see the shelf cloud coming behind. And then when you do the science and you're in the Dominator intercepting tornadoes, it adds a whole new layer of passion. And I think that it only grows as you continue to storm chase and see more severe weather and tornadoes in the field. And also want to warn people in the path of the storm. So there's so many layers to what makes you never stop chasing.
Love it. Love it. Um, in the documentary, there was a meteorologist who expressed kind of the tension between the science that academia traditionally does and the science that you're doing, Reed. And I thought that was very interesting. Because I have my own personal beefs with academia and the way they run things. Um, so do you like what is that tension? Because you're doing stuff just as much as they are. So how would you describe this tension and
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm not sure how to describe it, but I think even in science and academia, things can be kind of competitive out there, and you're probably going for limited field science budgets out there. But I think that it's important that to do science, you don't have to be affiliated with the university. You can find your own funding for it, and anybody that is passionate about science and should have the opportunity to do it. But those same people that say those things are also my former professors and even my friends as well. So it is a little upsetting sometimes. But in general, I think everybody works together and collaborates, and we collaborated with Dr. Werman, supplying him data, and he's doing groundbreaking research with his Doppler on wheels as well, and that's shown in the movie. And I think more of the collaborative nature of science, I think, is really shown. How storm chasers work with the field scientists and the government funded projects, and everybody should definitely be working together out here.
I agree. I agree.
I almost got struck by lightning there. Did you see that? There was a big
Oh,
pop right behind me. Or it was a little ways, probably about an eighth of a mile back there, but you could see this shelf cloud about to impact Bloomington, killing two birds with one stone.
so being on the field right now, like, and you're just casually doing this interview and looking at the sky, trying to see what's going on. Do you have any fear anymore?
No, not of the storms too much. Sometimes during the tornado intercepts at the last second, I fear the tornado, but it's usually too late to do anything about it. It's when we're deployed in the path of the tornado and just bracing for impact, usually. But I mostly just see the beauty here of the storm approaching. In this case, especially since tornado potential might be a little bit lower, it's more of a wind event, but yeah, I definitely love storm chasing. I love the beauty of extreme nature, and also want to try to prevent the dark side that the tornadoes leave behind with the loss of life and property.
For sure. Ken, how about you? Do you ever, or do you still get afraid sometimes, or are you kind of like, nah, this is fine?
Sometimes, like I think even with tornadoes, though, I think there have only been one or two times I've been really afraid. And both of those times were actually in the movie. Way back, there's an Ellis County, Oklahoma tornado in 2007 that Reed's chasing with Joel Taylor. I was a little afraid because we were heading right into the path of the tornado, but everything was fine. And then the El Reno tornado that we see at the beginning and we come back to when we were out there. For some reason, I felt a little bit of fear there. But other than that, I just think they're beautiful, and if you've studied them, if you understand the science, if you know what they're doing, you can control where you are in relation to the tornado. So that the ability to control where you are kind of like takes the fear away.
That makes sense. Um, I'm from Ohio, so I grew up with, if there's a tornado watch, even a warning, you go stand on the front porch and look at the sky and see what's going on. So, uh, seeing what you guys do, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. Um, but I do have a lot of students that are interested in becoming storm chasers and doing exactly what you do, Reed. So, is there any advice that either of you have for them as they get started with this process?
Yeah, just to never stop chasing your passion. So whether it be storm chasing or meteorology, it's important to chase your passions relentlessly and love what you do for a living out there. Love what you're studying as well. So that's a lot what the movie is about, is inspiring the next generation of scientists and storm chasers to do what they love for a living.
Yeah, and definitely, try everything. If they think they love weather, go out, try that, chase that, and don't be afraid to pivot. If you feel like, oh, my interest might go in a different direction, it's okay to pivot too. But yeah, never stop chasing uh, what you want to do, your happiness, what drives you.
Yeah, and we hope everybody enjoys the movie. Never Stop Chasing is hitting theaters, and you definitely want to see it in those Dolby theaters because it makes it feel like you're on a storm chase with the Dominator driving into a violent tornado. The music is incredible. It's all original music. The score is done by incredible artists, and it definitely provides the ultimate tornado intercept experience. And it's been an honor to work with Ken, my longtime friend. And he created an incredible movie. So we hope everybody enjoys it and is inspired to never stop chasing.
I love it. I love it. Um, are there plans to create another documentary or another film project?
I'll be right. I got to go, you guys. I'm about to get hammered here.
See you, Reed.
Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Um, so Ken, the last question that I have, I noticed that it's been about there was a project in 2003, then roughly 2013 that you both worked on, and then now just about 10 years after that. In another 10 years, are you hoping to do something else?
Yeah, that's a fascinating question. It's really amazing how this has kind of turned into a kind of a longitudinal project, like kind of getting snapshots of Reed every 5 to 10 years. And I don't know, this feels like a culmination, but I have a feeling at some point there's going to be more story to tell in Reed's life, and he's going to experience even more. So I'm very open to coming back and catching up on this topic that I love so much. And my friend Reed, who's really kind of one of the most incredible people I've ever met.
Yes, he is. Having met him just now, I just can't believe he's out there and just casually doing an interview at the same time. That threw me
You
off a little bit.
you can tell, you can sense that passion, right? Like he's not kidding. It is all that is what he lives for. And you almost never run into that. I think with the people I've met at least.
Yeah, no, that was insane in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Um, but I think I'm about out of time. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I absolutely loved the film, and I'm gonna go back and watch your other ones, and I am gonna
Oh,
be looking forward in the next 5 to 10 years for what you do next.
thank you so much, Beth. It's been just a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for all the kind words. It means a lot.